Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayala. Today, we're going to talk about the WNBA recap. We're going to talk about uh, 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 the NBA free agency with the news that Klay Thompson has signed a 3-year deal with the Dallas Mavericks. Like we said, Paul George um, signing with the Sixers, and probably we're going to talk about a little bit baseball. Maybe we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know, but also we can ask the question if if uh if the Clippers is a success or a failure during their 4-year run, and we probably gonna continue still talk about the free agency. So I'm probably not gonna do the podcast like on Wednesday. I will do a little clip right there and my thoughts. But let's roll. But before we talk about the WNBA recap, I just want you guys to tell you that if you love this podcast, you can listen to the podcast on Spotify, uh, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Amazon Music, to and any platform you can listen, or you can listen to this on YouTube that I will release. Um, you can listen to this podcast on my YouTube channel. But if you are listening to my YouTube channel, I want you guys to like, subscribe, notify, and leave your comment because your comment means a lot to me. Or you can leave your comment in the community where I post a lot of breaking news on NBA, football, baseball, hockey, so on and so forth. So don't forget to leave your comment in the community and with your thoughts and hit some likes. And maybe if we elevate this podcast together, probably we're gonna get a promotion. We don't know. So so I need your help and I need you to follow this podcast. Now let's roll. So we had two games in the WNBA, and also yesterday it was Canada Day. So happy Canada Day for my fellow Canadian, and I hope everybody got safe during the festival, and I hope everybody had fun in Canada Day. So let's talk about the WNBA. We had two games that happened yesterday. So we had the Suns versus the Connecticut Sun versus the Phoenix Mercury, and the Dallas Wings versus Seattle Storm. So let's start with the Connecticut Sun versus the Phoenix Mercury. So we're gonna look at it, and great win for the Connecticut Sun over the Phoenix Mercury, 83-72. Uh, Alisa Thomas with 10 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Shot for 5 and 8 in the field goal. And Deanna Bonner had a bad game, but it don't matter. She had 7.4 rebound, 1 assist, 3 out of 12 on the field goal, 1 and 8 on the 3 point. And also the and Carrington, who I'm in love with. I'm a huge fan of Dejanay Carrington. Huge fan of her game. Dejanay Carrington had 16 points, 8 rebound, shot for 49 in the field goal, 8 for 8 in the free throw line. But the highlight goes to Brianna Jones, who she had 18 points, 7 rebound, 1 assist, shot for she shot for 6 out of 14 in the field goal, six for the three free throws. And like I said, the Connecticut Sun are they're a scary team. So if I was the other team, I'm probably going to be scared. So I'll be very worried during the playoff compared to the Phoenix Suns, who are I think they're up they're 50 about five not about 500, but they're 500. So Kalia Cooper had a phenomenal game. She had 21 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, one steal. Shot for 7 out of 16 points, 1 and 3 out of 3 point, and 6 for 7 on the free throw line. Um, Brianna Griner, she had 21 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Shot for 9 for 17 on field goal, 2 or 2 free throw, 1 for 1 for the 3 point. Diana Taurasi did not play. She had a back stiffness. She was injured, so she didn't play. Natasha Cloud, she stepped up her game. She had 18 points and four rebound, 10 assists, 2 steal. Shot for 5 and 12 in the field goal, 1 and 5 with a 3 point, 7 and 7 free throw line. So they have to depend on them. And let me tell you this. I'm not surprised where the Phoenix Sun are. I'm not Phoenix Sun, but Phoenix Mercury are. Yes, they are 500. They're gonna fight for their spot in the playoff. But let me tell you something. I will not let sleep on Diana Taurasi, Natasha Cloud, and Brianna Griner and Kalia Cooper, who, by the way, 4 players who have championship experience on their career. So I'm not gonna sleep on them. And for the Connecticut Sun, like I said, contender. If I was the rest of the team, I'll be scared to death to play against that team. They're probably gonna be the favorite winning the championship. I haven't decided yet. So good win for the Connecticut Sun. So next game, the Dallas Wings versus the Seattle Storm. So great victory for the Seattle Storm, 95-71. Um, who was the scoring of the Seattle Storm? That had Jewel Lloyd, Golden Mamba have a phenomenal game. 26 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, shot for 8 for 14 on the field goal, 3 and 6 at the on the 3 point, and 7 and 8 at the free throw line. Neka Agumike, she got 14 points, 5 rebounds, four assists. She has 4 out of 10 on the field goal, 1 and 1 on the free throw line. Uh, I know Skylar Diggins did not have a perfect game. She got 8 point, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 3 for 6 on the field goal, 0 and 2 on the 3 point, 2 and 2 on the free throw line. Compared to the opponent, Dallas Wings, who, by the way, they're struggling. They're still struggling. They're 2 and 10 right now, in a way. So Arika Gubawala, she had a phenomenal game. A 21 point, 6 rebound, 3 assists, and 5 steal. Shot for 6 and 18 on the field goal, 3 and 9 in the 3 point line. Natasha Howard, she got 50 points, uh, 6 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Shot for 7 and 13 on the field goal, 1 and 2 on the 3 point. Like I said, this is a struggling team. Yes, you don't have Satu Sabali, who she has a shoulder injury. We don't know when she's gonna come back. We don't know when she's gonna come back. But this is a struggling team. I don't think it's a rebuilding team. So I'm not gonna say Dallas Wings are a rebuilding team, but they're not. They don't have their key players on on Satu Sabali and Arika Gubawale and Natasha Clark have to lift that responsibility. So it's very struggling for them. Not for not having their best player, Satu Sabali, with a shoulder injury. And I think if the player was started today, the Dallas Wings would not make it to the playoffs. So yes, they're struggling, but at the same time, they don't have your best player. So I also what and for the Seattle Storm, Seattle Storms, actually they're not surprised. They're a surprise team, but not really a surprise team because I knew when they signed started digging when they signed Neka Agumike, I said they're going back with a playoff. They're going back to the playoff post Sue Bird. So congratulations to the Seattle Storm. Now let's talk about the NBA free agency with the news that Klay Thompson, let's look at it, has signed a uh, a 3-year deal, with a player option for $50 million. So what do I what do I think about this? I think it's great that he was signed because he felt disrespected for the Golden State Warriors, and that they did not want to resign um Klay Thompson. So he tested himself in the free market, and I thought he's gonna play with the sign with the Lakers. In my mind, that it makes sense because his dad did play for the Lakers during the '80s, and those are the championship. But I could be wrong, and I think signing with the Dallas Mavericks is a great way to refresh his career, and that also got Luka some help, especially that he needed another star, not just Kyrie, but another star. And yes, it's the end of an era for the big three for the Golden State Warriors. I never thought this day was gonna come, but the Warriors Golden State era is over. It's been over for since what 2019. Even though in 2022 the Golden State Warriors won a championship, but it felt like that era was ended in 2019 because of my Raptors. Shout out to the Raptors. We the North, baby. Uh, that when we won the championship, I felt that the Golden State dynasty was over, and that Clay got injured, and if we all know he got injured. He got injured. He didn't came back until 2000. I believe it was 2022. Yes, 2022. Yes, I don't think 2021. 2022, and he wasn't the same Klay Thompson, but his shooting was there. So now what does it do in the Western Conference? Are they a contender? Absolutely. They're a true contender in the Western Conference. Like I said, the Western Conference, the Wild Wild West. It's the Wild Wild West. You got OKC, Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, Dallas Mavericks, Phoenix Sun. You got to put them in the conversation. I don't even though they got swept. They're still a contender. Who else? The Clippers with Kawhi Leonard healthy. Yeah, the contenders. Lakers. Now they have signed with JJ Redick. You see, the West is loaded. and probably a surprise team. I'll probably say maybe the San Antonio Spurs could be a surprise team. They'll be in the play-in. Who else I'm missing? Who else I'm missing? Golden State Warriors. Even though they're not a true contender, they're playoff contenders. I'll be honest with you, they are a playoff contender. So the Western Conference, Wild Wild West. And to me, to me, the Mavericks, uh, they're a true contender. Like I said, they're a true contender. It will help also Luca to pass the ball to Klay and to shoot. Kyrie will do his thing. Klay Thomas will do his thing. Luca will do his thing. So congratulations, Klay Thompson, to signing with the with Dallas Mavericks. And I hope that and also that you're in Texas. There's no tax income, so he got a chance to keep his money. So I'm happy. I'm happy for Klay Thompson. Now, other news that Nick Batum has signed a 2-year deal with the Clippers for $9.6 million dollars contract. So he's a pretty a role player to me, and you know, nothing new, but they did the right thing. Now, and I want to read this and then give my thought on it because according to the Chicago Sun Times and according to the Jake Cowell Hoop, that a source told them that the Sun that the trade with Alex Caruso and Josh Giddey was the final straw for DeMar DeRozan mind of his return to play with the Bulls, and also he's trying to test himself in the free agency. Now, what option because that DeMar DeRozan gonna play with? Which team he's gonna play? That's the question that I wonder because I heard he probably going to want to go home in LA. It's between the Lakers and the Clippers. So now that let's start with the Clippers. You have signed James Harden for $7 million. You want to trade Russell Westbrook to test yourself with a free agent. Paul George already left the Clippers. Now he's playing for Philly. The Clippers need another star. So in my mind, in my mind, where do I see how he fit with the Clippers? Because I know DeMar DeRozan is a mid-range shot. He needs the ball. I'll be honest with you. He created his own shot, and also he could be like a sec second option after the Kawhi Leonard, and that's probably gonna make sense to me. Now, that's the Clipper side. Now let's go to the Lakers side of it. Because I thought there was been report that I saw something in the report that yes, that the Lakers may send D'Angelo Russell to a third team to land DeMar DeRozan. So If they want to bring DeMar DeRozan to the Lakers, they have to trade D'Angelo Russell to a third team. So according to what I'm reading, so they said that the if they want to bring the if they want to bring him, they have to turn to a third team. That means you have to pack a D'Angelo Russell and Gabe Vincent with the whole package. That means he can probably go back to the Nets because I said this: D'Angelo Russell as a Nets, that was the best version I ever seen of him, the best of the best, and he also was an all-former All-Star with the Nets. So I think he will be welcoming back with open arms. So if the Lakers want to get DeMar DeRozan, they need a third trade involved, a third team to be involved. Maybe it's going to be the Nets. I don't maybe because they all have the first round pick from the New York Knicks. So you know, and also they're not a contender yet. The Nets, they are a rebuilding team. So that's gonna be the question: where DeMar DeRozan is gonna land? Do they trade D'Angelo Russell? I don't know. So we don't know. So the free agency is still continuing. So don't worry. So don't worry, people. The free agency will still continue. And now let's talk about the like I said, uh the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics are expecting the team to be available to be a seller. When I say seller, I mean that the franchise will be available for somebody to buy the team. So what does it mean? So the Celtics, somebody can will be the new owner of the Boston Celtics. And to me, it will be interesting. So I don't have that much information detail. So so I don't know who's going to buy the Celtics. But meanwhile, let's talk about the news that Derek Wright has signed 4 year a 4 year extension with the Boston Celtics for 125.9 million dollars. He pretty much deserves it because he played a major role in the NBA Finals. So I don't have a problem with that. And also, Jason Tatum, he has agreed with a 5 year deal, $314 million contract extension with the Celtics. That will include player option and trade kicker. He deserves it. He deserves it. And a championship, well deserved, like I said, and he deserves his money. And I also wonder if in Massachusetts they're taxed. They have to pay their taxes. I just want to know. I know Miami and Dallas, in Miami, actually in Florida, Texas, and Las Vegas, they don't pay tax income. I wonder if in Massachusetts they do pay their tax income. I just want to know. Let me know in the comment if the Massachusetts pay their tax income. I just want to know about that. And speaking of, it's been a while to talk about sneakers. So I want to talk about the WNBA. I saw something. Uh, WNBA player from the Dallas Wings, uh, Satu Sabali has released her Jordan Lucas PE3 PEs. So let's look at it and look at my and what's my thought. So this is the new. Satu Sabali, uh, Luca, PE, or Jordan, yeah, Jordan. So I like the colorway. I like the colorway of it. That's what, let's grow this. Let's try to grow it a little bit. So it's not bad the colorway. Now this one I love. I love this. I love this sneaker with sunflower, which is beautiful. I'm gonna be honest with you, beautiful. I got nothing to complain. That's so creative. So that's a great sneaker. Another sneaker that I saw, it is the little this one. Actually, this one there, this one. So let's read it together. To say that anti-signature athlete joined force in Dallas, Klay and Kyrie Irving. Irving played a pivotal role in the in the role to recruit the process for Klay Thompson. Oh, that I did not know. So Kyrie had a major role to sign to get Klay Thompson, and also they're both anti. So uh, I gotta say this: this sneaker is so amazing. Oh, sorry. Actually, both of them. You know, they're anti. They work at the same company with anti. They have the same signature shoes. So, Kyrie, if Kyrie uh had a major role, so kudos to Kyrie for that. Kudos. Now, let's talk about the MLB, because even though I do watch a little bit some baseball, but you know, let's talk about the game. So there was like three games. There were three games. So yes, my Blue Jay lost against the Houston Astros during Canada Day. Damn it. Now we're like what, 38 to 46. I mean, this is bad. We're not going to make the playoff. And I know the playoffs started in October, so they have time. So I don't know what's going on with the Blue Jays to me. So let's watch the box score. I'm gonna watch the box score. The box score. I mean, I know Vladimir Vladimir Guerrero Jr. did not play. Yeah, that player manager role. But with him, uh, we were still losing. And also, it's the first game, so the second game will be like what? Like what? Like tomorrow, so at home, so they can get the revenge. And this is bad. So Springer had one home run. He had the average. He's averaging like what? He's averaging like what? 214, which is not good. I'll be honest with you, it's not good. That's my person. Even though I'm not a baseball fan, if I try, I'm trying to learn a little bit. So to me, the Blue Jays are in much deep trouble than I expected. So congratulations to the Houston Astros. Next game, the Mets versus the Washington Nationals. So congratulations to the Washington Nationals. um, who had what? Which, by the way, the Mets are a 50-50 mediocre team. Like, but what's not like the Mets? You know, the Mets have been a mediocre team for a long time. So, if you're a baseball fan, to me, uh, you guys can leave the comment. I probably want to learn more a little bit. So, I'm still going to talk about baseball too. Don't worry. This is just the beginning for my baseball analyst. So I'm trying to learn about the stats. So don't worry about that. I'll keep learning. So congratulations to the Mets winning the Washington National and the Colorado Rockies, who, by the way, they're a bad team. I don't know what happened to them. They beat the Milwaukee Brewers. Great win, great victory on them. So I'm gonna let you guys look at the stat. If you're a baseball fan, watch the stats. So this is the stat. So great win for the Colorado Rockies, even though they have a bad year. So you know, great win. A great win. Now, switching gears. Well, we're talking about the NBA free agency. So the question we have to ask ourselves: do you think the Clippers, the duo Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, it was a failure? If you ask me that, the answer is yes. The I mean, that was a failure since the 2019 free agency. I and let's go back to the beginning of this. Remember the free agency in 2019? You know, Kawhi left for the Toronto, signed with the Clippers, and and Kawhi said that if you do not sign, actually before he signed with the Clippers, if you do not sign Paul George, I will take my talent and play with LeBron James, AD, with the Lakers. So they did that. So they traded, you know, a couple of first round picks. They traded SGA and Danilo Gallinari to the OKC, and we know what SGA became has become. I thought there was promising. You know, there was rivalry between the Lakers and the Clippers. We almost had got them in the Western Conference Finals, but you know, they blew a 3-1 lead, and also there was a period year of the COVID. And the Lakers won the chip in the bubbles. 2021 injuries. Kawhi was injured, and the Clippers went to the Western Conference Finals. And then the following year, both of them were injured, and the Clippers went to the play-in and they lost to the Timberwolves. The following year, they lost to the first round against the Suns, and this year they lost to the Dallas Mavericks. It's a complete failure. I'm sorry, Clipper fan. I hate to say this, but it's a complete failure. I mean, both superstars cannot get healthy. And let's be honest, it's a 100% complete failure. And now that Paul George signed with the Sixers, where does it leave Kawhi? Because he's already signed with I believe a 3 or 4 year deal with the Clippers. So what's next for them? Do they sign DeMar DeRozan? because you already signed James Harden for $70 million. I don't know, but it's a complete failure from the beginning. And now that they're going to play in their new arena, the Clippers need stars. I know Kawhi's a superstar. I don't care what people say. He's a superstar, but he cannot be healthy. The only option I can see is DeMar DeRozan to come and play with the Clippers. So that's what I gotta say for the Clippers. And switching gear now, and speaking of Paul George, now that he signed with the Sixers, do I think the Sixers are a contender? You have to ask yourself the question. The 76ers are a contender. And in the East, yes, it is the weakest conference, but at the same time, what, what I mean, which team are true number one contender in the East? Other than the Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Milwaukee, I don't care. I'll put Cleveland, Orlando, like I said, yeah, Boston, New York Knicks, Philadelphia, Milwaukee Bucks, Cleveland. You can add Orlando and Indiana Pacers. 17, right? 17. I'm not gonna put Atlanta because they're in a rebuild. I'm not gonna put the Nets because they're in a rebuild. I'm not gonna put Detroit because they're miserable. Charlotte's the same thing. Atlanta, like I said, rebuild. Washington, they're rebuild. Chicago Bulls, they're in a huge rebuild. The Toronto Raptors, the Toronto Raptors, they could be a playing team. So that's like I said, there's 17 in the East. One is a tier A, the other tier B, the other one is tier C, and the other last is tier D. So to me, the Philadelphia are a contender with Paul George. And people ask me, the super team are dead. I mean, super team existed for a long time. Even though it could be a big three or big two, the super team does exist. For that, the super team still exists. Even though in Phoenix, let's say they did have the big three, it's a failure, but it's a failure because they don't have a true general point guard in Phoenix. So, the Philadelphia is a super team. But before we go and continuing talk about the free agency in a couple of weeks. We're still going to talk about it. I want to talk about something on 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 X, that what happened in Canada, because during the OVO festivity, Rick Ross has performed uh had performed as a concert in Vancouver, and something happened at the end at during the backstage in the concert. So he got jumped by uh by a couple of people in Vancouver. So I'm gonna share it with you guys. I'm gonna share it, and I'm just gonna cut the sound out. I'm gonna share it right now because it's not just the NBA free agency I'm talking about or the WNBA. We talk about the culture because Too Good to Be True podcast for the people who don't know. It's also culture, hip hop, sneakers. It's culture. So I'm gonna share my video and what happened so you guys can see, and we can then we're gonna and I want to give my thought on it. So I don't know. So let's play it, and here you go. I don't have the sound. Sorry. I hope YouTube doesn't censor it, please. Look, I don't know what the hell is that. Oh, I don't know what the hell is that. But you saw what happened. Uh, what happened is in Vancouver, Rick Ross did play the soundtrack of Kendrick Lamar. They're not like us, and I didn't want to put this. I wanted to put this on, but I did not know if we can hear it, but and I hope YouTube doesn't censor me about this. Uh, what you saw this video on this show is that Rick Ross during this concert played at Not Like Us of Kendrick Lamar in Vancouver. And for the people who don't know, Drake is huge in Canada. I mean, he's like the Jay Z of Canada. And I'm a Drake fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I will support any rapper who comes from Canada. I'll be honest. I'm gonna still support my friend my good brother Drake. I'll be honest and to be honest with you. And not only that, Rick Ross got sucker punched by one of the OVO goons, and then they brawl. And you saw the video at the end. One guy was pretty much got a beat up on this, and now what I saw is that Drake, Drake liked the post of the incident on his of the Rick Ross incident, and because Rick Ross, like I said, he had a concert in Vancouver. Actually, he was booked at the United Music Festival in Vancouver, in British Columbia. So, if you don't know where British Columbia, Vancouver is, it's in the west of Canada. So, so he got booked, and now I saw a message from Marlon Wayne. If you don't know, he's a comedian, and I want you. I think I have the the video of it. Actually, a picture of it. So this is what Marlon Wayne Wayans react to Rick Ross and his crew getting jumped in Canada. So let's read this together, people. Dear hip hop, it's all fun and game until people start getting hurt. Remember this: history repeats itself. I knew Tupac, I knew Biggie. I partied with them, hung out with them, saw them both 20 minutes before they got shot. Violence is real. Everyone can be touched. Don't entertain the devil. I love Drake. I love Rick Ross. I love Kendrick Lamar. I love that's the game. I love the game, and I said to all my brothers, "There's enough for everyone to eat. Y'all need to. Y'all need to what. Y'all all need to what J. Cole did. Walk away from this BS with peace, with love, with positivity. Life is short. Even the shortest if you spend your energy on breaking each other down instead of building each other up. Hate seeing anyone of our kings at war. We are too few. Stop. And I say this with love. Always OG, MW. So this is what Marlon Wayne said. And I'm gonna tell you this. I agree 100%. Because there's so many rappers get to the bullshit you see, violence, and also they die very young. Like you said, Tupac died very young. Biggie died very young. I mean, Pop Smoke, PNB Rock, Nipsey Hussle, Extension. I mean, oh, young, I believe it was young Rudolph, young Rudolph. I can't remember which. Um, who else? The guy who was dating Adrian the Brat. I can't remember his name. Forgive me, but I mean, too many rappers die very young, and yes, yes, you do have some Drake fan in Canada. You do have some Kendrick Lamar fan, but I can be honest with you. It's not. It's fun and it's fun when we trash talk and having rapping beef with each other. But it's not fun when violence is put into it in this situation. And I'm glad that nobody got hurt in this situation. But I wish that Rick Ross, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake come together, sit down, and having a conversation like adults. So that's what I got to say about that for today. Um, thank you very much for listening to my podcast, Too Good to Be True podcast with me, Pascal Mayela. Like I said, if you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me on Instagram, Pascal underscore Mayala underscore 15. Same thing with Threads. On X, formerly Twitter, is at Belly versus PMM. If you want to listen to this podcast, like I said, you can listen to Spotify, Apple Podcast, Castbox, and Amazon Music. If you want to listen to on YouTube, I will post it on YouTube. And I want to say this: I want you to like, subscribe, notify, and leave your comment on the YouTube video and or on the community where I will post a lot of information because your comment means a lot to me, and we can grow this podcast together. And now we can say this. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you next time.